Our third speaker, John Schneyer. Close the door, move forward. Close the door, move forward. John Schneyer.
When one door closes, another door opens. But so often, we look long and regretfully at the closed door and never see the door that's been opened for us. Contest Master Alexander Graham Bell was telling us that to deal with life's disappointments, we need to both close the door and move forward. Think of the time when you were waiting with nervous excitement. Might it be Christmas Eve, waiting for Santa to arrive? How about that nervous anticipation before your first date? Maybe even your wedding. Any possibilities for disappointment there? Maybe, like me, it was the excitement of waiting for the birth of your first child. Fellow Toastmasters, come with me back to July of 1986. We were doing all those exciting things expected parents do. Buying furniture, painting the nursery, and picking out names. We chose Matthew for our son due the end of November. And we'd had some problems during the pregnancy. Some cramping, some bleeding. My wife was in the hospital overnight for observation when I got the call. Your wife's water broke. You need to get here right away. I knew that meant our dream was broken too. It was too soon. And Matthew would have to be born today. I rushed to the hospital and arrived in time to see Matthew born. I held him in my hands. And I watched him die. I have never felt so helpless, useless, and worthless. For months, we tried to figure out what we could have done, what we would have done, what we should have done to make a difference. We felt like failures. My father took me aside. He said, John, this is holding you back. You have to find a way to close the door on this so you can move forward. My wife needed to know that she could deliver a healthy baby. She was anxious to try again. The next year, the doctors told us we'd be having a little girl. We waited for her, and we prayed. On August 5th, our little girl was born, and I held her in my arms. I counted 10 tiny toes, 5 fidgeting little fingers on each little hand, and, oh. We had a boy! Justin brought new meaning to my life. Justin helped me change my focus from what had happened to what was happening and what was to come. Justin helped me close the door and move forward. The next year, the doctors told us again we'd be having a little girl. We waited before painting her room pink, buying her a little dress, just in case they made the same mistake again. And when she was born, my arms, and there were 10 tiny toes, and 5 fidgety little fingers on each hand. And, okay, we gotta go this time. Having a son was awesome. Having a son and a daughter too, that was a blessing. And if you have children like mine, you know that what we went through with Matthew was worth it. A few years later, my friend Jean lost her first baby. We sat and talked, and for the first time ever, I shared what had happened with Matthew. When we were done, Jean felt much better. And surprisingly, so did I. That's when I realized sometimes to move forward, we have to help someone else close a door. Today, Jean has 2 beautiful, healthy children. Justin and Lauren are all grown up. Matthew, I think about him often. I know I couldn't go back and change things, and I realize now I wouldn't. Matthew taught me that time moves forward, and so should we. I've learned to accept the blessings that I do have. Alexander Graham Bell was right. We have to see and use those open doors. Fellow Toastmasters, what's holding you back? What disappointments are in your life? Close the door. Allow yourself to move forward.